about to head off on our first trip. It's only really a short one in our standards. It's about an hour and a bit away from where we are, and we're going to go and see our friends and our other group of friends for a dinner, which will be nice. And we're going to be camping off-grid in their front yard because we've chosen to do so. So we're just cleaning up the final things, as you have to do when you have a van and you're about to head off. So, along the way to heading to our friend's house, we have stopped in at another one of our friend's house. Arsene, he's from Burundi, and we have ended up collecting a whole heap of wedding presents for this African wedding that we are now a part of. So the boot is completely full, the back seat is completely full, of course Marshmallow is here. But these aren't just like, like when we got married, people gave us things that we needed in our house. People gave us, little gifts and presents and stuff. But for this African wedding, what they've actually got most of is food. There's bananas and apples and grain and rice and drinks.
And a whole lamb.
And a whole lamb. That's the weirdest part. Anyway, they've actually wrapped up like a whole lamb. It's weird. But
it's not weird.
It's so weird. There's this lamb that's wrapped up in white paper like a present.
They're going to put it on the spit.
I know, but it's just weird that it's in our car right now. Anyway, yeah, we've had this little stop along the way to help out. So we're heading into our first night in our van out the front of our friend's house, which is pretty cool. So what we're doing is that on the bed is there. On the bed, Brett, what are we getting up to? What have you got?
It's going to be like 10 degrees tonight, so we've got an electric blanket.
It's pretty cold. Yes, I have an electric blanket. Just make sure that everybody can see it.
Yes, plug it in.
Yep. And it's turned on.
And we've got hot water. We're going to have a nice warm shower.
Yes, we do. The sink, everything works. So the batteries are under here, which is pretty cool. So we've both got our electric blankets. We've got a really thick blanket. Actually, it's not that. It's a really warm blanket. That's probably a better word. It's a really warm blanket that we got from Aldi before we even went on this adventure. And because of the gas, we can have gas hot water, which means that we can have a hot shower. And the fridge is running, and it's excellent. In the morning, I can have a nice cup of coffee. It's excellent. So we've come to the end of our first weekend away in the van. It was very exciting time to be first time and off-grid as well, and we're just heading back to base now. But a really comfortable night's sleep, very pleased with it. Both of our electric blankets worked really, really well. It was really nice and toasty, and the hot water was perfect. It was great to have a nice shower. It is Father's Day weekend here as well, so then this morning we went and helped. I'm a part of a theatre company called Hope Theatre Company, an amateur theatre group, and we were having a thing here in Australia called a Bunnings barbecue. And what you do is you go to your local Bunnings, which is a hardware store here in Australia, and you have a sausage sizzle out the front, and people pay $2.50, so $2.50 for a sausage in bread with onion and some sauce, or you can get a drink for $1.50, and the funds from that go towards the cause. So do that as well with Charity Kids Arthritis. But we did that, and what was really good was that where we were doing the barbecue was only half an hour away from where we were staying. Otherwise we would have had to driven like an hour and a half to get there otherwise. So it was really good that we could stay at our friend's house. The batteries lasted. There is still enough juice to spend another night, or probably another couple of nights in the van if we wanted to, but we have decided that we'll head back to base. And then, because it was Father's Day, we've just come back from seeing your dad, Brett. We had your favourite for dinner, which is a
Pie floaters.
pie floaters. A pie floater, just because Brett's driving, is Brett's dad, Robert, makes pea soup. So soup that's literally peas. And then you get a pie, a meat pie or a veg pie or whatever pie. He gets lots of different pies. And then you put it on top of the soup. And so the peas are like really thick and you put it on top and then you cover it in tomato sauce. And it's not my favourite meal in the world, but it is the Father's Day meal that they seem to have. And that's why I'm wearing this hat, because my dad, who passed away a couple of years ago, this was his country fire service hat. So he was a firefighter in the fire service for 40 years here in South Australia. And so I always wear this hat, and you always see it in videos and stuff to do with that. So it's been awesome. The van is still together. We had a couple of problems. We forgot to lock the fridge once, so everything in the fridge fell out one time. And I put a glass too close to the edges of the cupboard, and I opened the cupboard and the glass fell out and it broke all over the ground. So yeah, that's